Hey, how's it going, everyone? GC Performance here, back with another video, and today I have for you guys the brand new unreleased WINSPACE SLC 3. This is the updated model from the SLC 2, which is going to be no longer made. They made some big changes to this bicycle, including integrated cables, but we'll also talk about everything else on here. They advertise this bicycle as a do-it-all bike that is supposed to be a sub 700 gram bicycle. We will be weighing it today to see if that's the truth. There's a lot of cool things about this bicycle, like a 27.2 seat post on a more aero bike. But this bike, when they go ahead and remake it, they want to go ahead and tackle that SL8 range, that lightweight do-it-all bicycle. And this is something that they feel like can really challenge that bike in that space. So although they just released the Agile, which I did a video on in the past, this is meant to be much lighter, but also gives some aero features. You can see the aero fork, the aero drop down seat stays on here, and the integrated cables, which we will talk about later on. This bicycle right now retails for $1,980. We have seen these prices go up since the frames. They used to be $1,600. It is now $1,900 and $1,980, and that is without the handlebar as well. So you have to buy that extra on there. So this is a little bit of a price increase on there as well. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about it down below in the comment section. I believe there's a rumor to come out of an even super light version. I don't have the exact details on that, but that will come out later on. And then when this video drops, I believe it'll be later in this week, the bicycle should be dropping sometime soon. They told me within 2 to 3 weeks. So if you guys are interested in something like this, maybe a lightweight climbing build, maybe a do-it-all bicycle, this bicycle has a lot of those features. And again, a lot of people who don't like proprietary parts will be happy about this seat post option on this bike, which I think is a cool feature on there. So without further ado, let's take a deep dive in and see what this bicycle has to offer. So starting off with the biggest change on here, they went with the integrated cables that they changed and put on an FSA spacer kit and headset kit on here. They widened the head tube as well to allow those cables to go down to the front of here. Whenever you have internal cables, you're always going to have a wider bearing inside of here. So the bearings are much wider to allow that, which makes also a wider headset on there. Whereas the SLC2 was an external cable routed bike on there, but that is no more. This is also, I don't believe, to have a rim brake version. They're only going disc brake on here. So keep that in mind. If you guys are looking for still a rim brake option, you'll have to look to a different bike. It comes with a disc brake option. You can also fit a 32C tire in here. These 4 clearances are massive. They still have some kind of aerofoil shape to them. And with all their other bikes like the T1550, the newest model, the Agile, they're going with a clean aero through axle on here. So no threads are showing, even though it threads into that side of the fork. Going to the handlebar, it's the exact same handlebar that we've always seen. It's their Zero SL. And I've chose to opt in for a 38 by 100 stem on here. I'm enjoying the narrower bars much more. I will say that for sure. I used to be on 42s. The 38s just feel way more natural to me, and me being such a big guy, I know that may be surprising, but for sure, I am definitely enjoying it. Top tube and everything else look very nice. This is a raw carbon frame, but it has some of the more traditional tubing, like the round tubes for the top tube on here, but it does kind of bow out and give you some kind of more aero corners like the down tube and stuff like that. You have the WINSPACE logo here, the 2 bolts here for your water bottle cages. This is a little bit surprising to me. I would think they would go with the new T47 that they're putting on the newest WINSPACE T1550 and also the Agile, but here they kept the press fit BB86 bottom bracket here. Maybe to make this thing lighter, without putting threads in here, so maybe they want to get the frame weight down. And it seems here that you still can run a, what looks to be, I want to say a mechanical version. I believe this is still mechanical. I will let you guys know down in the comment section when I find out, but I believe it is still mechanical on here as well. You do have the SLC logo right here in a large. This is a size 530. The matte black is kind of their raw carbon, so it's a raw carbon look on here with a gloss carbon. And then also you can see here, you kind of still have their traditional T-shape seat stays on here where they have that kind of fin off there to make it a little more aerodynamic. The lower seat stays will help with vertical compliancy as well to allow for some of that seat post flex back. And then also they do have a seat setback on that seat post as well. So you get a little bit more compliancy on there. But this was an interesting choice because I have not seen a 27.2 seat post on a do-it-all or an aero bike or going into that space. You never really see a 27.2 seatpost in this kind of area. And I think they want to keep this with a little bit of an ode to their SLC 2.0. I like it. It definitely is more aimed towards that more classic rider, with the front being more futuristic and this will be a little bit more classic, but it's definitely a little bit easier for maintenance wise. If you break a seat collar clamp on here, you can find this in any kind of store. Your seat post breaks, you can get a different seat post. You have a lot of options. You have Envy, Zip, Thompson, whatever you want to run in here. You have options for seat posts in terms of setbacks or zero offsets or whatever the case might be. So that is always a cool option, but the seat post does come included with the frame. And you also have the option for carbon fiber, seat rail clamps, or alloy clamps if you're wondering. Disc brakes are going to go back here with your pass-through for the cables. You do get the derailleur hanger on the bicycle, but they also give you included in the parts box. You're seeing more and more companies hand out a direct mount hanger for like Shimano, which is really cool. This right here is a direct mount hanger. What it is that it kind of takes away all this excess stuff on the Shimano hangers. So usually there'll be a piece here that will attach to the derailleur hanger. Now you just have one piece that goes here. It pushes it back a little bit more. It makes it much more easier to get your wheel out of the frame, which is always nice. So if you're running a Shimano, you should definitely look into getting a direct mount derailleur hanger on there. Now, without further ado, this is what we've all been waiting for. WinSpace says this SLC 3.0 is around a sub 700 gram frame set. They've made this thing directly to go ahead and compete with those lightweight frames that are on the market. This is one of the lightest colors they have the option to offer. It is a raw black, but I believe that's advertised as a 700 gram frame. So this is a large. Not a lot of companies do a large weight test on there, but we're gonna be weighing it without the seat posts, without the spacers, without the bearings, and without the fork on there. And we're gonna see what this thing weighs in at. Keep in mind, I'm gonna leave in the bolts for the water bottles. I'm gonna leave on the braze-on adapter and also the derailleur hanger as well, because that stuff is really small. And if it's in that 700 gram range weight, we'll be happy. So let me go ahead and remove this stuff and we'll put this thing on the scale of truth. Here's a nice look at what's inside the frame real quick. I just want to show you guys real quick. And WinSpace is definitely one of the more companies I would assume is more known in the space, especially if you're watching YouTube. You definitely have heard of WinSpace before. They also have done a ton of work to get themselves out there. They have a women's Tour de France pro team that actually competes in Grand Tours on the women's level as well. And also they have a ton of crit race teams in America even that they sponsor over there too. So they're doing a really good job here. You're seeing a ton of those bikes and wheels, especially their hyper wheels out there on the market for the crit scene as well. This is also nice. I like to see this. This brake hose running is on the side here. I know a lot of companies that should be doing that because of the fact that sometimes I'll pop them out the front and then like the cable's in the front and kind of twist weird. I like the side. It's really, really nice. I think they did a good job with that. It's very small. You have the integrated race on here as well. Made by carbon fiber, yeah. But let's go ahead and weigh this frame, because there's been a lot of companies out there claiming their frame is X amount and it doesn't stack up to it. Let's go ahead and see what it is. Scale on. 0. I need to replace my battery soon. I'll weigh this sucker like this. See, that's what I was kind of afraid of. 829 grams for a size large with just the frame on there. Specialized S-Works frames are 680 grams apparently. A lot of people are trying to get into that 700 gram frame set. That is a very light frame set. I would be happy if they just advertised it as an 800 gram frame set. You know, that's still a very lightweight frame. But to advertise at 700 and come up at 800 is tough. It's very, very tough. Now, again, it could be that there is a size small, whatever the case might be. You can still build these bikes out crazy lightweight. Just to give you guys an example, a Tarmac SL7 Pro frame set was like 1,000 grams. And some of the Tarmac SL8 frames are around 820. And the pro weights are around 820, 850 grams, like my Tarmac SL8. I didn't weigh it, but I weighed other pros, and this thing was right around 800 and something grams. So, yeah, I mean, to be off by 120 grams, that's a good amount. So, but yeah, it's still a beautiful, beautiful bike. I just wish that was right around the weights of there. So keep that in mind. But anyways, guys, that is going to do it for this video. This here is the WINSPACE SLC 3.0 with their brand new integrated cables and housing for the bicycle builds. You have here a dedicated climbing bike with a 27.2 rounded seat post, aero fixtures for the seat stays, BB86, front derailleur braze on, rear derailleur on there, SLC logo. I think this bicycle is going to come together very, very nicely. I have to strip apart one of my bikes because I don't have the room for it right now, but I want to build this thing up to see how it feels because I have my Agile too. And believe it or not, I actually ride my Agile at least once a week. So I have my Agile up there. I might take the wheels off the, I know it's a really aero wheel, but I might run it on this bike right here. So let me know what you guys want to see down in the comment section for a wheel on there. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for the video. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.